Here's a quick video of hanging a couple of gates here, farm gates or tube gates, whatever you call them, whatever you want to call them. But it's just a little short video of me doing it. It's not. I don't have the best camera situation, so I don't really have a whole lot of it in action. But I'm gonna show you the most important parts that I focus on when hanging a gate, and so just some tricks that I've learned, and some things that'll hopefully make it easier if you're starting on a project like this. These are actually considered a bull gate. This one's a little heavier than your economy line gate. Not much difference other than, obviously they're thicker, but as far as hanging them, the hinge pins are a little bit different, but I talk about that a little bit in this video. I'm currently, after hanging these, I'm making some adjustments to them, so I'll be doing another video on some of those things that I'm changing. You'll hear in these in this video, there's a couple things that I'm not real happy about, but we're going to address that and fix that in another video once I finish. So be sure and subscribe, and I hope this helps you out, and stay tuned and check back with me on another video later on. We're going to put in a 16-foot gate here, and we're going to put two 8-foot gates. I didn't start this till I already got started with the project, but I'll get more on the next post. This one here, we got us a light pole, and obviously you can tell I've had a big rocky hole here. It's got a lot of big shot rock and stuff in it, but we were able to get it 3.5 foot deep, and we're backfilling it now. I normally don't use Sackcrete, but since there was so many rock and the dirt, was not a whole lot of it, I decided to use it since this is a gate post. Most of the time I just pack it back in, but if you've got the money, it's worth it just to go ahead and put some Sackcrete in there. So I'll make another one and show you when it's done and when I start the other post. We got all of our Sackcrete in this post here, got it set up, and I'm doing this during the week, so now it's the weekend, but I was setting the post during the week, so I just let it set, backfilled it. Then I come out this morning, went ahead and hung this gate, and I'm doing two 8-foot gates, but I'm gonna go ahead and hang this gate just so I can measure off of it to get my other post set right. In most cases, these gates hang in an 8-foot gap, so when you hang them with the hinges here, they'll hang 8 foot, if that makes sense. The actual gate is a little more narrow, it's a little smaller than 8 feet, and that way it makes everything simple. You can just measure 8 feet. So technically you could measure 16 feet to your other post and be fine with your gap, but I'm gonna do it this way, just a little bit different. But the one reason I went with this gate versus your economy type gate, and it don't matter, you can get these type hinges with it, but hardware comes with these gates, and this is a bull gate, it's a little bit heavier, but it comes with these pins here like this, where they go all the way through, and you get a nut on the other side. The other ones just thread in on this side, which I've used a lot of. They don't come all the way through. One thing I like about these going all the way through is you can, so once you get it up, my post is plumb. We got to make sure we had it level and everything. But once you get your gate up, you can adjust the level of your gate by adjusting your hinge pins down here. Obviously you can take it and scoot it in, out or in, just depending on how you need it. And then the bottom, same way. So you can see here I had to push the bottom out a little bit out that way, and I pulled the top in to get it level. And it's not completely level, but I'm going to adjust it once I get my other gate up. As you can see there, it's pretty close. And then of course my post was level, so it should be level this way too. Yeah, and it's not bad. It's a little bit off, but that's another reason why I use the plumb ball, to get you alignment on your where your pins go, and that way you're level this way and your gate's not, you know, it's like a refrigerator door. You don't want it swinging in and out when you barely open it one way or the other. You just want it to be you want it to be able to stop anywhere that you stop it, you know what I'm saying? See, it'll hold right there. So yeah, I didn't get a good video on this, but on the next post I will. These holes, you're better off to get you a good long bit that'll go all the way through. I've got some smaller ones that go all the way through, but I don't have one the right size for this to go all the way through, so I have to kind of drill a pilot hole and then take a chisel bit in here and then come back in over here, and it makes it a little aggravating to get your pin in because they don't line up exactly. So get you a long bit to go all the way through there. It makes life a whole lot easier. And then obviously, you know, I just set it up here and I set this one first. Set this hinge down on this pin, and then I just use the tractor, pick the gate up. You can loosen this and slide it down till you get up and under this thing, and then slide the hinge back up on it and tighten it down. And then that's, you know, how you can adjust as far off the ground you want it. I think we got this one about right. But again, when I get this other post set, we'll swing both gates together and we'll adjust them to make them match good. One gate hung. Now we got this other post put in, or halfway put in. Had tons of rock, so our hole ended up way too big and had to do a little shifting and moving, but here it is. So obviously Sac Creek didn't go as far as I wanted it to, but that's fine. I just got 3 bags in it. I'll just pack the rest of the dirt real good and double check our level. Still pretty good shape on it, and then we'll get a plumb bob on it, get our lines marked, get our holes drilled, and get the gate hung. All right, so I've got this post set now, and we got getting ready to put this gate on it. I just backfilled the dirt and kept packing it in with I've got a good 16-foot rock bar that you can use any type of stick, whatever. So anyway, I'm getting ready to drill my holes for my hinges, and that rock down there is kind of a spacing off the ground, kind of how far that one is off the ground. So we're gonna do this one the same way. Got my plumb bob hanging so I can get me a good straight line. Just drove me a nail roughly in the center, and we'll make a mark down that string line there, so we'll have a good straight line. The gate will open, close smooth. Again, get the long drill bit instead of those short chisel bits, because I had a little bit of a hard time, and obviously you can tell my hole's crooked. But when you're just having to drill a pilot hole and then come in from either end on the chisel bit, it's hard to get it right and get your pins through. But anyway, so here we got it. Got them hung. There's a little bit of difference in between these two. So, and this one over here needs to be leveled just a little bit. So I'm gonna lower it down just a little. So we're gonna loosen up these hinges right here and actually just slide the gate down in the hinge a little bit to lower it, and then we'll tighten them back up, and then we'll adjust these here to get the gate level. I've got the gate lowered down kind of closer to where I wanted it. Drop those hinges down right there. Now what I'm going to try to do is get it level. As you can see, we're a little bit out level, but all we're going to do is, I think we're going to be fine on the bottom. We're just going to pull this top in. We'll start turning this nut right here. Then you can kind of watch off. You can see as I'm tightening this thing up here, you can watch the gate kind of move, pick up. Just trying to swing a little bit. I've got the holes just a little out of plumb, so this gate, you can tell, kind of tries to swing up the hill a little more than the other, but okay, so we're getting a little closer. They don't rest exactly the same, and it's okay. So I'm gonna back this one off just a little bit more to give us a little bit more pull-in room. And then we're gonna keep pulling this one in. All right, let's see what we got right there. It's pretty close for a gate. I'm sure there's plenty of perfectionists out there that want to get it just perfect, but nothing around here is that perfect. We're inside the marks, but we're still just a touch off. Let's give it just a little bit more room right there. Pull it in. All right. Oh yeah, that's more like it. And they're not far from being, you can tell there's a little bit of height difference, but not a whole lot. I think they'll work pretty good. We'll do some more adjusting on it now. I don't much care for the gap that I left between the two. I just hit some rock in that post over there, so it's just, or in that hole for that post, and it just caused me to have to shift over too far. Now I can adjust that a little bit because these bolts here have both got just a little bit of room on the outside, so I could actually scoot the pins out a little bit on that one, but and get that gap a little, close it up a little bit. These here I don't have a whole lot. Obviously you can tell the bottom down there doesn't have much bolt left, so not a whole lot I can do there. That's the, you know, these posts are a little bit overkill, but they're good posts. That's what I had on the farm here to use, so we'll use them. So I actually come off a power pole when they come and took some off, took some down, they just left them, so they work great for fence posts. So anyway, there we go. Now we may do a little more adjusting to them. I'm gonna go through tighten some stuff up, put those chains on the gates there, and then we're going to install a couple of rest posts where these things, where they swing open so they don't just go flying in the wind. Get something we can just wrap a chain around and hold them back. So